your child spending less and less time around family and friends, does he complain about fatigue, yet insists he can do nothing about it? Does he wander around aimlessly in a trance-like state, mumbling strange combinations of letters and numbers? If so, he may be part of a shocking new trend that is sweeping the nation. And indeed, my investigation has shown that it's much worse than originally thought. Students can only try it once before it completely consumes them. It combines the physical effects of a drug with the bizarre ceremony of a cult. Now you may say, now surely this doesn't affect our little bubble at Negro Valley. We don't have problems in Naperville. And you know what? You may be right. And I guess I have no reason to be here if this scourge hasn't been Negro Valley yet. But it has! Those who take part in this ridiculous craze are known by many names. Geeks, nerds, and booksters, to name a few. The official name for partakers in this disgusting habit, however, is the AP student. Perhaps you're wondering what exactly is so terrible about advanced placement spreading through Negro Valley like wildfire. You may say, there's nothing wrong with academically rigorous courses, Tyler. It prepares students for college, Tyler. Drugs are awesome, Tyler. Well, on all counts, you are completely, utterly wrong. AP doesn't just make a student work harder, it changes his mind for the worse. Sure, it starts out obviously enough. Harder tests, more homework than ever before, and so on. Nothing bad there. In fact, it almost seems admirable. Then the dark side of the program begins to rear its ugly head. Students begin to feel a twisted sort of high from the class's added responsibilities. They'll spend hours without any sort of human contact. They'll sleep for an average of 30 minutes a night. They'll even assign names to their textbooks and have elaborate tea parties. However, this is fleeting. Students begin to build a tolerance. They'll flip through the pages of their student handbook, certain that if they just stare at the page for long enough, another AP science course will magically appear somewhere. More than one student, in the depths of his addiction, has cried out in fury and in pain, why does it make sense to have a class called APF if it's not a freaking AP class? Tolerant students are also known to snip the ink from their textbooks, ingest packets of information, and seriously read poetry. And all these effects are terrible. Unfortunately, it doesn't end there. I previously mentioned that AP functions not only similarly to a drug, but also to a cult. And there are definitely some cult-like aspects to this evil system. Consider this. In December, brief spikes in symptoms are almost always reported as students prepare for what they call their final examination. A similar but even larger spike generally occurs in May, after which random groups of students are herded into buses and taken to a remote location, often, disgustingly, a place of worship. And is shuttled into locked rooms that only these students may enter. Nobody knows what happens in these rooms. But two things are almost always evident upon their immersion. A blank-faced look of utter shock, and discussion of some number between 1 and 5 that somehow rates their devotion to the program. If your child has ever received a 5, parents, I am truly sorry. That's a level of depravity from which no one has ever fully recovered. Now that I have irrefutably established the negative effects of AP classes, you may be wondering how to detect this behavior in your siblings, friends, and children. Well, I previously mentioned some telltale signs of AP abuse. It's also entirely possible that the student in question may just be a weirdo, as puberty has a tendency to obfuscate what is or isn't AP abuse. Luckily, science has come up with a brilliant solution. Researchers at Johns Hopkins University have discovered a correlation between participation in AP classes and a level of glandular polyphasic acid, or GPA. Any output below 4 microliters per liter is perfectly normal, but GPA levels are above 4. It may already be too late. Researchers are frantically searching for a cure to inflated GPA levels, but none has appeared so far, meaning that students will be forced to forever live with the twisted mind that AP gives them. Parents, above all else, remember this. There is a multitude of forces acting against your child. High-level drug dealers who operate within the confines of the very school, or guidance counselors, will do anything many other people, even those with no connection to any cartel, truly believe that this terrible system is beneficial to all involved. So the real question is, who runs the system so discreetly, so brilliantly, that it's truly seen as a positive good? Theories abound, but my extensive research has pointed to one man, only known as the Doctor. He has never been seen nor heard. Well, he's never been seen, but many recovering addicts claim to have heard his voice. According to them, every once in a while, a disembodied voice radiates through the walls of Nico Valley, saying the exact same thing every time. And there's over. Well. With so much activity in the child, it is clear that a plan of action is more necessary than ever before. You need to talk to your child before they do. Make sure they fully understand how to just say no. Truly, it is individual efforts like this that will help to wipe this black stain from Nico Valley history.